Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, the 22nd of March. It's FOMC day, so the Fed rate hike call, and it's been an eventful day. So GameStop had earnings yesterday. We've got bank volatility still in the midst, and we're looking to make money on the stock market. So what are we talking about? Well, this channel is called Day Trade with Tony. I am, of course, Tony, your host. We're all about day trading. So we're just equities, stocks and shares. We're not trading crypto. We're not trading Forex. In fact, I do shy away from Forex in its entirety. I still do crypto from time to time, but Forex is just a no-go area for as far as I'm concerned. But that's just me. That you all do your thing, and I will stay away from the Forex. But anyway, that being said, today we've had a really good day. So we're 22,000 day in total across both accounts. But the main account, which is what I'm going to talk you through, if you want to see we had a really good day on the small account, which is 3,300. It's over $3,300 on the small account. I've already dropped that replay. Go check that out. And it's just the one trade, and the trade's recorded, so you can actually see that as well. I've traded 3 stocks on this account. So traded First Republic Bank, again, still in the midst of all the banking volatility. Now, as far as the banking sector is concerned, the volatility's died down somewhat. The volume in the banks is died down a little bit. So it's not quite as volatile as it has been. Certainly not as it was last week. But there are still opportunities there. So I traded First Republic, and I made $675 on that. I traded GameStop. They had earnings last week and they were moving up. I actually took a position, and initially, pre-market, I lost some money on GameStop. I lost about $2,500, but then I made it back and finished $150 to the good. So we were at that stage a little over $800, about $825 in profit, gross profit, negating any fees and commissions. And then I saw ZURA. So ZURA was moving. It was a recent SPAC merger. It hit the market yesterday. It completed the offering. The full offering was completed today. And on news of that completion, it just took off. So initially, I shied away from it. And then I decided to give it a go. And went and walked the dog, came back, and it was still looking good. So I decided to give it a go and trade it. So I traded it, got in for the break of $20, rode it up, got out, and then when it came back, big heavy gap down. I got a bounce, rode it up again, and traded that up. And at one stage, it was about $20,000 up on ZURA, and then I gave back. I got caught in a halt to the upside, and it resumed and gapped down on resumption, and it was a big gap down. It was $2.5, and I had, luckily I was only in for small size, and I had a stop in place, so I got stopped out, and but I lost a couple of $1,000s on that. So that kind of set me a little bit wary of continuing to trade it. So I didn't trade it any further after that, and we finished the day just under 18,000 up on ZURA. So all in total on this account, we're finishing $18,753. That's 3 times goal. Goal being $6,000, 3 times goal, plus the $3,500 we've got on the small account. So we're over $22,000 today. Phenomenal day, another phenomenal day. So let's take a look at some of these moves that I've taken today. So the first trade that I took was, as I said, GameStop. So we got into GameStop, and again, pre-market, as this moved up, I got in here as this broke new highs. It did pull back a little bit and into this consolidation phase. And then it moved up, and I took some profits initially, so that was great. And then I got in as it started to make an additive position here. So it started to make new highs again here. So I entered that position and then held it. And as it broke below $27, I was holding it to $27. I'd already mapped out the level of $27 as the support because of this area. So I thought if I get in, that's going to be my cutoff level, $27. And as it broke down below $27, I got it, and I ended up, I was like $2,500 down on GameStop. So we did trade GameStop a little bit later, but in the meantime, we traded First Republic Bank. We got in here for this move up, and we were looking for the break of the previous closing price. So as we got in there, 1570. It just kind of started coiling up there, and then it broke that and then came back down, and I cut it for small. It was about $75, so it wasn't a huge amount, but then I got in and was able to make a nice profit on this move up here. I got in here and rolled that up and added to the position here, took some profits on this move up, added to the position, and then took more profits up here. So that got us $675. I think we got stopped out on that one. So $675 was what we made on First Republic Bank. And then we traded GameStop again. And this is where we made our money back. So we were able to get in and trade this move up here to start off with. As this made a move, and we made a little bit back initially, and then we traded a VWAP bounce. This is where we got in here for the move up, and then we took some profits as this came back, and then we got in for the VWAP bounce, the break of the VWAP, pull back, test the VWAP as support, next candle makes a high here, and we got in and we was able to ride that up and take some profits. So what I'll do is I'll bank some of these trades on to the back of this recap. You can actually see I'll show you the VWAP bounce as well. It does work. It's a proven and tested strategy. It does tend to work with when the price action is in an upwards trend and you break the VWAP, come back and test it as support, move up, and your target is the previous swing high. So that does work. I recovered the losses on GameStop on this move up here, but ZURA was what made the day. We hit the volatility. We got notification here, so up into a volatility halt, gap up into another volatility halt, gap up, then pull back, and then another volatility halt here, gap down, volatility halt here. And this was just how it was. It then moved up, started to consolidate. I went away. I was like, the spreads are wide. I called it out on the Discord. Just be careful. Wide spreads, big ATR, big range. There's a lot of opportunity there. It's just a lot of risk as well if it goes against you. Like, for example, here, if you got caught in that halt up and you got in there about 1350, the gap down could have wiped you out. There's a whole dollar plus gap down in the pullback before it moves up into another halt. So you have to be prepared to take bigger risks to maximize this. When I came back from walking the dog, this was where I got in. So we got the move up and then the pullback, and as it broke $20, a new high, that's where I got in. I was able to ride that all the way up, and I'll show you this trade as well into I actually got out before the halt, so I was able to ride that all the way up. There was a couple of halts on the way, but the top halt, it then flushed all the way back down. I saw that on the montage, the levels that it was looking at resuming, and it was a huge gap down, like $5 gap down. So normally when stocks gap down so heavily like that, after a volatility halt, you usually get a bounce. So I called this out in the Discord as well. I said, watch for the bounce. It's not likely to fill the gap, but there's profits to be made on the bounce. So that's what I did. I was able to buy the bounce and take a bit of profit on that way and get in again. Got out here. I missed a bit of this, and then I got back in again for the rest of this move up here. And after this pullback, once I missed that, I tried to get in, but I missed it. It went without me. And then once I got this pullback, I got in for the break of new highs here, rolled that up, and was able to take some profits there before it then started to pull back. So all in all, we made, well, as I say, we gave back to a couple of thousand off the top. We were up over 20,000 on the ticker, but we finished 19,000, just shy of 18,000 up. Nearly 19,000 up on the day, including the other two as well. So that was today's trading, and a good day's trading it was. And the money didn't come from the banking sector, which has been the first for the best part of a fortnight now. So since Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, the banking sectors where I've been making most of my money, and I've been making a lot of money this month. So just really good action. And I know some people have been a bit afraid of trading the bank. The float tends to be a lot, float size is a lot bigger than I would normally trade. They're not the low float, low cap stocks that I would normally trade, but the opportunity has been there in the bank, so I've traded them. Now today, ZURA Bio Limited was a 30 million shares in the outstanding. I don't think that's. I don't know what the float size actually is. It's probably going to be around 7 million if I'm looking at it. It won't be 30 million in the free float, but there is 30 million shares in terms of available shares. So let's have a look at where that puts us now on the month, on the year even, or whatever. So I've had 3 successive days over 5 figures in terms of profits. We had 2, 3, 5-figure days last week as well, and a good solid over goal day as well. Small day on Friday. It was a quiet day on Friday, but we're averaging phenomenal amounts. So since Silicon Valley Bank collapsed on the 10th, we've been knocking out 5-figure days like they're going out of fashion. We really haven't. I'll come to that in a second. So let's look at the reports for the month, and I'll look at what happened since Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. So 245,000 gross profit, which is $15,000 average for the month of March. Let me just put this in. Silicon Valley Bank collapsed on the 10th. So $172,000 since Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. So that's trading the bank volatility. With the exception of today, the majority of that is coming from bank volatility. Now, we've also lost a bit as well, but the bank volatility is the majority. That's more than my goal for the entire month. And that's, what are we, 22nd now? It's 2 weeks. It's not even 2 weeks. So it'll be 2 weeks on Friday. So thank you, banking stocks. And if this is what we can do when the stocks collapse, then when banks collapse, then let them collapse every day. I'm laughing about that. That could have much more sinister implications if that was the case. So what I would say though is, if I go back to the year, Mondays have not been good to me. This Monday was good to me, but Mondays in general have not been good to me. So I look at performance in January, really good performance in January. We're looking at 175k, but just a 57 in February. But like I said, 245 in March is just unbelievable. But I'm not making money on Mondays. I'm losing. I'm still a losing trader when it comes to Mondays, with the exception of this. So let's just look at that in the calendar again. Why is that? Because I don't think I've had that many red days. Just the one red day on Monday. So, that's for March. But this is for, if we're talking about for the year. Yeah, well, we didn't trade on the 2nd because it was a holiday. We didn't trade on the 16th because it was a holiday as well. So 2 red days, 1 green day out of 5 in January, 1 green day out of 4 in February, and 2 green days out of 4 in March so far. So tomorrow, the next Monday will be, hopefully we'll get a green day, and it will turn that around. But look, maybe I need to look at more data. When it comes to a wider time frame, is Mondays really a problem for me? Should I just take a long weekend and start trading on a Tuesday? Will that be better for me? I don't know. I'll have a look at a longer version of. In fact, I'll do that now whilst I'm recording, shall I? And let's look at the last 2 years, and since the beginning of last year. And let's look at the detailed reports. So since the beginning of last year, we're already Mondays. Yeah, Mondays are not good for me. That's interesting. It's funny how you if I look at the days of the week, Mondays are just not my day. I'm making nowhere near as much on a Monday as I am everywhere else. So I'll have to look into that. Why is that? Maybe I should just take Mondays off. It's going to be an interesting. It's going to be an interesting thing to look at. Let's do it all again tomorrow. Before I show you the trade replay here, the recording of the trades. Before I do that, smash the thumbs up button. Really appreciate it if you do. I will be trading every single day for 2.5 hours. So the first 90 minutes of the regular session, following on from the last 60 minutes of the pre-market. So come join me tomorrow 8:30 as I am every trading day. And that's 12:30 GMT if you're in Europe, and we do it all again tomorrow. In the meantime, enjoy the entertainment side of this with regards to the trade replay, and ZURA's quite interesting because the spreads are kind of wicked. So pay attention to the spreads; they're mental. They go mental. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your evening. That's a nice cup and handle. I see the breakouts at 1540 though. That's definitely a cup and handle, I can see. I see PacWest moving up and Western Alliance moving up, and why am I not seeing FRC moving up? Come on, do it. You know you wanna. Maybe if I stick a magnet or something on top of my monitor, it might drag the price up for me. That's probably what I should do. Get over and hold above the $0.50. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna take half of it off. Gets me green on the ticker. Still got 5,000 shares in there. I'm getting bored of it though. Unless we're gonna break out here. A little bit bored of it. So I'm just gonna. Needs to hold above range of 16 cents. You know what? I'm just going to put a trailing stop in place there. It's a green trade, and I'm done with it. It's just not breaking out quick enough for me, so I put 10-cent trailing stop in place. The range is 17, so I should get stopped out before this candle's finished. But look, it is. I'm just bored with it. Okay, what else is moving? GameStop, to me, 24.20, I think. Might be of interest. Oh, $500. That was all right. Nice base hit. $500 on that one. It's not done yet, but I'm just bored with it. If it gets green on the day, I might come back to it. New high of day. High of day currently 15.90. There we go. Break of 16. I'll get a bit of volatility. I've taken some nominations, but more with a European focus. Still relevant in the US, but with brokers that are used in Europe. as well as the US, is what I'm going to be focusing on. Okay, so I'll just leave that. It's a free trade right now. I got stopped out for a couple of cents. So it was a free trade. I just wasn't feeling it up at the high. It just wasn't breaking out quickly enough for me. So we'll see. Not quite breaking out yet. We got over the $quarter level, but we're not broke out yet. Take a position there. That's what I would class as the breakout. I want to see it above the VWAP now. So I'm in at 44. What's the alternative to a CFD? They're actually trading the actual asset. No, you can still chart on TradingView. You can continue to use TradingView. I mean, I'm using the platform. I use TradingView. So in terms of charting and analysis, and I still look for deeper analysis, technical analysis. I use TradingView. I find TradingView is really good. You've got from a charting point of view, but the data is suspect. I would say that with TradingView, the data is suspect. Whereas your platform, like this, what you're watching me trade on right here, the platform is Dash Trader, and I can continue to use that. You can link TradingView with your broker, but trading on TradingView, I don't recommend. Like I said, the data is somewhat suspect. Just lock in a little bit there. Put a stop there, just below the $half. If we break above the VWAP, we'll add to the position. If we come back out and I get stopped out, it's a profitable trade across the board. DAS Trader, DAS, Direct Access Software is the acronym. DAS Trader Pro. If you check out my the link tree and check out my profile, there's a link tree in there. There's a link. It says link tree the TikTok trader, because that's who I am. I'm the TikTok trader. So it pulled a bit too far back for me. There's a link in there for DAS Trader. There's a link in there for Benzinga as well, which is what I use to find stocks to trade. To be fair, there's not a lot to trade today, but Benzinga, and you've got the access to my my day trading education as well there as well. So check that out. Check out the link tree. If you're watching on YouTube, you can check out the links in the description. It's fine. What you do is you get the break of the VWAP, pull back to the VWAP for a bounce, for test of support, and then as it moves up and next candle breaks new highs, you usually get a retest of whatever the last swing high was. That's known as a VWAP bounce, and it can be quite profitable. Yeah, you can get them on Twitter, Inverse Kramer. You can actually get an ETF. And invest in an Inverse Kramer ETF, so it does the exact opposite of what Kramer it says, and it's actually profitable. Which says a lot. How much is it per month? So my broker provides it as part of the package. I think they charge me it's like $150 or something like that. I'll have to check my statements. It's gone up. The price has gone up. I think it's $139 plus data. So I get 120 back refunded based on my commissions. My commissions are always over $600 a month, and that's the threshold. So $600 a month in commissions, and you get your platform fees waived or reimbursed. VWAP what? The VWAP. It's the volume weighted average price, Linda. It's known as the VWAP bounce. So what you do is you look for a stock that's moving upwards from a negative position, and as it breaks the volume weighted average price, it'll move up and then come back and retrace, test the volume weighted average price as a support level, and then bounce on that. And it usually will retest the previous swing high. So at the moment, I'm looking for this to retest 25.20. Doesn't always do it, but it's fairly reliable. So what price would I target? If I'm looking for a VWAP bounce, so what you do is you get here, for example, you get the move up, the break of the VWAP and the move up. That's what's known as the first swing high. It pulls back and retraces to the VWAP, bounces on the VWAP, and then will retest the previous swing high, which is what it's doing right now. So whatever the previous swing high is, that's your target. There you go. And not only did we get it, we broke it. So now I can just put quick stop in place there, 10 cents. And so that was what's known as a VWAP bounce. So they are quite reliable. What you get is your break of the VWAP, it breaks up, then it pulls back to the VWAP, tested as support, bounces on the VWAP, hence the name, and then the target will be the high of the previous swing high. So in this case, it was 20. in this case 25.20. So not only do we get 25.20, we broke it, and then I've just put a stop in place there. So I'll just put that up to 25.10, and I'll leave that there now. Right, I'm just going to put a 20-cent trailing stop in here. Right, I'll just put a 20-cent trailing stop in there. There you go. So they don't use VWAP with Forex. So I would say stick to equities, and it will work with. It works with stocks. It might work with. Yeah, well, there you go. That's a big problem for me, and that's one of the reasons I don't like trading Forex. Is volume is key for me. Volume and volatility. Those are the two things that are essential for me. So there we go. We're green on both of them. So what was a 50-50 day? What was 100% red is now 100% green. So we're $800 up on the day. It's one of those days. It's not going to be a big day. Unless GameStop continues to move up. It's not going to be a big day today. It's very choppy. There's not a lot moving. 61, 1966. Wow, nice. Nice. 0.21. Is it hold level? Close to the hold level. Hold level 2099. 21 it's at the hold level. There's the hold level. Oh, tapped it. New hold level 2138. At the hold level, still going through. Holds hold. Hold level 2178. Hold it. Nice. Like that. No, it went without me. Trailing stop, I got it. Stop 10. That's quick. That's 12 grand. Price goal.